Today we're going to talk about orderlies. In the county jail, they call them trusties. Inmates, we call them housing mouses. Some people look at it like being an orderly is a good thing, and I'm going to break it down to you and let you know why they feel like it's a good thing. But I'm going to break it down from my point of view and let you know how me and a lot of other inmates look at it like this is just a chance for some inmates to get their training in to be a cop.
Hold down, man. Suitcase this, my cell phone, I'm a charger, don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, everybody? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead, hit that like, subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Today, I'm going to be doing this video speaking on orderlies in prison, trustees in the county jail. I can give y'all an idea and an example of the goods, the bads, the reals, and the flaws about that position. There's a total difference between county jails and prison. In county jails, you know, people become trustees. When they're trustees, they're the ones that, you know, hand out the food, clean up the dorms, wash the showers. Even in some county jails, they're the ones that go around and turn your light switch off. You know, because down here in Broward County, we got more than one jail. Okay? We have the main jail, which is in downtown Fort Lauderdale, and then we have three other ones that are in Pompano: Paul Ryan, North Broward, and Conti. When you are in Conti, you get put in 6-man cells, and there is two light switches on the outside of your door. One's for the dim light, one's for the bright light. The trustees are the ones that go around and shut your lights on and off. An officer tells them what to do, and they do it because that's what they're entitled to do. But it isn't like they're doing it because they're only told to do it. You know, they start feeling like they're in power. Okay, anyone who's been locked up before knows exactly what I'm talking about. When people become trustees, they look at it like they have more access to shit. The county jail, the main thing that they basically work for and act like a, you know, a housing mouse, which is like a teacher's pet, basically, is for a cup of coffee. Cups of coffee in the Broward County Jail, which is staff coffee, which is the real deal coffee, makes trustees act like police, okay? It kind of like gives you a license also, which means that you can go from one dorm to another. Not like you're going to open the doors and go to a totally different dorm. But in Conti, you have, whether you're in quad 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's just a big opening area, and there's chow hall tables in between the two, you know, housing sections. So they get to walk back and forth from two different, you know what I'm saying? Now, those are the ones when it's lights out. They're the ones that are buffing the floors, you know, wiping down all the tables, moving all the tables there so you can play spades and everything like that. They're trustees, you feel me? They even have a trustee dorm inside of, you know, down here in Broward for trustee inmates. You know, they the ones that either give you a fat plate or a skimp plate, you know, stuff like that. Which it's always cool to eat more, you know, don't get me wrong, being a trustee, you feel me? Me, I never been a trustee. I've always had bad experiences with trustees because majority of the ones I came across were on some police ass shit. So I look at it like that's just police in training, you know, because they'll tell on you anything to not lose their job. You know, if they have a certain color wristband on, that means that they're allowed to serve the food. Some of them are not allowed to serve food. They got to have a certain wristband on, you know. They have trustees that go and clean up Vizzo on the inside and the outside. So, like, if someone left something there, you know, they have access to get it and shit like that. You feel me? So, if they had the right person as a trustee, it could be a good thing, you know? But if they didn't, if you have someone that's literally acting like this is their career, they forget that they're in there facing time as well. All right? They start looking at it like they're on the police side, and they start looking at everyone else like they're inmates, and they're not. That's what normally happens when someone becomes a trustee. Like I said, I've never seen a trustee that was more on the inmate side than the police. That's why we say officers in training. You know, they do whatever they're told, which, you know, they're just following what the officers tell them. I get it. But you'd have to actually be locked up before to understand what I'm saying. If you could tell an officer, nah, man, get him out of my dorm. Or if you could tell him, I want to move myself from here to there, and they do it for you, what is it that you're actually giving them to where they fuck with you so heavy that they do that? Right? You got to think about it. A lot of things that officers find out come from inmates. And it's either from your ops, like people you're beefing with, that'll just tell some shit on you just to get the police on your trail. They'll low-key tell the police something to get them on your trail. Or it'd be the people that are right in front of your face that hang out with the police every single day. Now, that's trustees for the county jail. Now, I'm going to talk about orderlies in prison. Once you get to prison, all that trustee shit that everyone's used to in the county jail, which they feel like they're better than everybody, they're the only ones that stand out. When you get to prison, everyone basically has their own driver's license, able to go wherever they want, do what they want to do. So the same people who act like they're somebody as a trustee in the county jail, you'll run across them in prison and they're just a nobody. You feel me? They took advantage of the situation while they was in the county. Now, when you become an orderly in prison, it can be any kind of orderly. You could get, you could be the captain's orderly. You can be putting medical as an orderly. It all depends on what your job is that they give you when you go see ICT, which is Inmate Classification Team. All right? Now, same thing in there. People abuse their authority. Me personally, I never, ever would want to be an orderly, because I rather find a different route and a different way to make more and have more access to shit. The convict way, being a convict, rather than being all buddy-buddy with the captain all day and then go back to my dorm and then the officers come flip my dorm and now it looks like I was talking to the captain. You feel me? And I've told this before in a video a long time ago on my channel, where the captain's orderly got knocked out right in front of the captain's office at Charlotte. When the chow hall lines were going by, the captain's orderly was out front of the office. Someone knocked him clean out and got right in line and kept going to chow. They came out there, he was laying there snoring, knocked completely out, and they didn't know who did it. They were looking all crazy, and two lines are going back and forth from chow. You see what I'm saying? So it always puts you on the list like as a target, because you're in the police face 24/7. Now, I've had some homeboys that were sentenced to 15 to 20 years in prison and already was in there a couple years. They both got, their job title was, a captain orderly, gang sergeant orderly, shit like that. And they refused to work and got put in confinement for 60 days rather than getting that position. Because people look at it like, oh, that's a good job. Yeah, it is. But then again, you're getting put on that list. You're getting put on the radar. And then you just got to sit there and you think about it. The person you're being an orderly for, whether it's the captain, the gang sergeant, anything like that, they go home. You don't get to go home. You got to live here with all these inmates that now have you on their radar. You feel me? So it's not a good thing to get a job as an orderly. Now, being an orderly in medical, they might not think anything about that, But then when they come in, everyone's got their sick calls, and everybody comes in to do their little, they checkups or to see classification, because all the camps I was at, classification was right where medical was at. So everyone will wait in the little waiting lobby area inside of medical. Either you're going to medical or you're going to classification, but you still got the same little waiting room. Now, people come in and see you friendly with all these officers 24/7 and stuff like that. It's going to push the wrong vibe. You feel me? Because it's going to look like you're communicating with them. And like I said, it's considered being police in training. That's what it is, especially when it's a county jail trustee, because not one of them have not acted like that. And I told a story also before when I was in the county jail and I swung on a trustee. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was like my first time locked up, and my bond was posted. And I swung on the trustee because when I was shooting the basketball Okay, we were inside the inside basketball area. When I was shooting the basketball, they said lockdown, bring it in. So everyone went in, and I kept shooting it. I didn't care because shit, my bond's already posted. He came out there to get the ball from me. You feel me? I don't know if y'all recall that video or not, but he came out there to get the ball from me. And I kept shooting it and running and grabbing it. And he was like, bro, you got one more time, bro, to shoot that ball. So he threatened me, like, kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I shot it again. Boom. He's like, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Da, 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 da. You feel me? And then I said, oh, this the ball you want? And I walked out. I said, here, take it. And when I dropped it for him to grab it, I stole him. When I swung on that trustee, the alarm went off, boy. Them police hit that alarm, and they came in there like 25 deep. Like I just hit an officer. You feel what I'm saying? So that right there is like a low-key insurance policy, being a trustee. Straight like that. That's how I look at it. You feel me? Now, I never was able to be a trustee or even an orderly because I got violent charges, all right? Now, when I was at Calhoun, the way their box was set up is they take people out of the box to work in the box. The orderlies are confined inmates, but it had to be someone that wasn't back there for, you know, nothing serious and shit like that. And I still never got to be an orderly. You feel me? And no one wanted that job either. Because, yeah, you'll get a couple days off, your little 30 days back there, whatever it may be. You know, you'll get out in 24 days probably. That's what they'll tell you. Next thing you know, they're maxing you out to the whole 30. And then you got every single cell wanting something from you. Every single cell asking you to do this, do that, grab this, bring this over here for me, grab that from him, and shit like that. The one time you can't do it, they look at you like you police. I've seen it happen too many times. All because he was a confinement orderly. That orderly shit is a no-go. In my eyes and anyone else's eyes. In my eyes, specifically because I've seen all the bad shit that can come from being an orderly. But a lot of other people would love that. Would love to be an orderly because they feel like, oh, they got access. And they feel more important. Okay? That's another thing. They feel like they're more important because the main job that they'll give you in prison, everyone knows, is the chow hall. Or inside grounds or outside grounds. You feel me? Where you're cutting grass inside the grounds or you're cutting grass on the outside grounds. Or, you know, working in the kitchen or going to school. You feel me? Now, being a school, working in the school as an orderly, that ain't that bad because you're working for an actual school board. So you're actually in there and it isn't an officer. It'll be like the school staff. It'll be like the teachers, the principals, you know, and shit like that. And you're just going from class to class, picking up files and stuff, walking back. That's different. You feel me? Now, I still wouldn't want that job, but people don't look at it that serious. They look more at like you're trying to help. You feel me? Because every inmate that's in school is trying to get some type of diploma, degree, or something. So they're going to look at it like, oh, you're just so good at your grades and so good at, you know, getting scores and stuff that you're the orderly. It's totally different than being an officer's orderly, okay? But anytime someone gets a job as an orderly, slowly but surely, they start carrying themselves different. They act like they're more important. They act like just because you got your job in the kitchen, that's a common job. They look like shit, they special. They got the job inside the captain's office. No one wants to work inside the captain's office, bro. You can have that. You feel me? That's what it is. And slowly but surely, they'll start carrying themselves different. You'll see them up there hanging out and shit. When you walk by and you're walking from chow to the dorm, and you look over, you'll see that same orderly over there with the hand gestures and all, sitting there clowning, laughing and shit, kicking it with the officers. The officers are sitting there with their feet up, hanging out. Man, he's low-key just became a part of their squad. You feel me? That's why we say it's a cop in training. Because they start acting like the police. Then they never want to do anything to jeopardize their job. You feel me? They start looking at the kitchen like the worst. So now they'll do whatever they can do to keep their job as that orderly until someone eventually comes and knocks them out or puts that knife in them. You feel me? And I want to be speaking on orderlies and trustees and stuff like this if I had the slightest good experience in my eyes of either or, but I haven't. Every single person that I've seen that's been an orderly or a trustee ended up somehow being on the police side, one way or another. You feel me? And that's what it is. You know, I've ran into people in confinement. Check this out. I've gotten DRs from the jails in Pompano. I've gotten DRs and got 30 days in confinement, 60 days in confinement, and got sent from there back to the main jail, put in black and white jumpsuit, looked like a zebra cake, and put in confinement. And I've ran into people who've came from the same quad I was at in Pompano, because there's no box in Conti or Paul Ryan down in here in Broward County in Pompano's jails. So they're gonna either send you across the street to North Broward, but if your custody shoots up, then they're through the DR, they're gonna send you all the way back to Fort Lauderdale, and you're gonna go to the main jail. Which every time I got put on the paddy wagon and got transferred at night straight to the main jail and got put in confinement in Broward County Jail. And then after I get out of the box, my custody levels up, so now I'm on the 7th floor in black and white, which is max custody. You feel me? But you'll run into the same people, because if anyone catches a DR in Conti or Paul Ryan, since there's no box, if they don't get sent to North Broward, they're going to get sent to where you're at. So you're going to run into them again. So I've ran into people that would come to the box I was in, get put a couple cells down, same quad and everything, and we'd be yelling under the door and stuff like that. And they'd tell me, oh, such and such, man, got my room raided, man. He told the crackers that we was in there, man, getting tattoos. And nah, yeah, man, such and such done told the police or whatever, dog, just for a cup of coffee, bro. That's the type of shit they do, bro. Low key. So now you got to look at it like everybody who's a trustee isn't a good example. You feel me? People look at it like, damn, a trustee, a orderly. You know, you got to see what you can get out of them while how far they're willing to go while they're working on the police side. Because if there wasn't no orderlies or no trustee, it'd be even harder to get shit from one quad to another, from one door to another, especially if you're in confinement. You feel me? But you start realizing that at first, when they first start, they'll brag and they'll act like, oh boy, I got them, y'all, I got them. They'll act like they're infiltrating the police. Like they're infiltrating, like they're gonna, you know, have everything on the inmate side. But next thing you know, maybe the day or two, they'll start doing it, you know what I'm saying? And then slowly but surely, they'll start drifting. They're barely doing anything for inmates. Next thing you know, they just stop. And it all comes on, nah, bro, he tripping, or man, I'm gonna lose my job because of such and such. And next thing you know, boy, they done patty caked on over. You feel me? And that's what happens, you know? And I've never, not one time, seen one person who wasn't on some police ass shit. Low key. You feel me? If they was in there trying to become a trustee, boy, they're trying to become a police officer on the streets. Because they carry themselves the same exact way. Literally, that's what they'll do. And what they'll do is they'll try to like do anything they can now to not lose their job. Which means if another person comes and's trying to get that job as a trustee, they'll step on their toes. You got to get their approval to become a trustee. It's no longer the officer's approval. It's that other inmate's approval. You feel me? He'll do whatever he can. He's going to low-key start hating on you, bro. All they got to do is come around one time, and when they usually pop cell 1 and cell 5, you know, there'll be 2 people in that cell, or 4, 6, 6, whatever. When they pop them 2 cells, 1 and 5, the 2 people that's in them cells, they know who the trustees are. That one will come out, that one will come out. That's who's working this shift. They'll be cleaning and everything, getting all the food ready. You know, they love all the extra food and shit, because then they start selling it to people. You know, that's how they make their money. Now, you got a lot of them that won't even sell it. They'll just sit there with a big-ass styrofoam plate with like 5 times worth of food, and they just sit there and they eat it. You feel me? Like they're that hungry, you know? But all it takes is for someone new to come in that quad, and then instead of them popping cell 1 and cell 5, let them pop cell 1 and cell 3. That person in cell 5 that's a trustee is going to start hating on that person in cell 3 because he got to work on his shift. Now they're going to start catching beef. There's going to be gossiping going back and forth all through the compound, all through the damn dorm. Everyone's going to be, hey, did you hear such and such did it? Hey, bro, hey, what's his name's job? And next thing you know, there's going to be low-key hating. Now, Cell 5 is going to do whatever he can to get Cell 3 in trouble so he loses his position, so they rehire him. And then that person in Cell 5 is going to run around and talk shit about the officers. Man, I ain't working for that cracker no more. Fuck him. I don't care. F that job. F that job. I don't care about that job. This and that, this and that. Man, they can't. I'm straight, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't want that job. Next thing you know, as soon as he helps get that person in trouble to where he loses his position or somehow, while telling the officer, oh, he's giving other inmates extra trays or whatever it may be. Or I call him, you know, selling the cup of coffee you were giving them. You know, shit like that. And they fire him. Then people gonna bow right down and be like, yes, sir. As soon as they pop his door to get him to work at 5 o'clock in the morning, they pop that cell. He gonna be right out there, back at it. Act like he ain't play no parts or participate in anything that had that dude in Cell 3 get jammed up. You feel me? And that's the dirty games they play. So they start policing on each other over a simple-ass job, slaving yourself just to get an extra, you know, couple bites. You feel me? Literally. Like, it ain't like they food is gold. It ain't like it's good as hell. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you rather look like a police to this whole dorm just so you can get seconds and thirds. You feel me? That's what they do. And they'll abuse their authority, you know what I'm saying? And they low-key start acting like a police. That's shit just blows my mind, because not one time, like I said, have I seen one that was at least decent. You feel me? And what they'll also do is, when they got the license, right, so they can slide from one quad to another quad, they'll go on another quad and they'll start playing cards with everyone over there. Not where they live, because where they live, you know, a lot of people look at them like they police as fuck because they with them 24/7 in this dorm. So they'll go to another quad and sit there and play cards with everyone else. So everyone in that quad looks at him like, damn, he's a somebody. Look how he's over here playing in our dorm and he ain't even from over here. You feel me? But really, when he comes back to the quad we're in, he ain't nothing but a shit eater. He's just as bad as them officers. If they wanted to change his color uniform to their color uniform and give him a pair of handcuffs and some damn mace, he would take it in a heartbeat. You feel me? That's low-key what it is. You feel me? Straight up. But I just wanted to break it down to y'all and let y'all know about these trustees and these damn orderlies. Trustees in the county jail, orderlies in prison. We call them housing mouses, a.k.a. police in training. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Y'all already know, till next time, this Frog.